Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome back to another new movie review. Today we are talking about Cam. Really quick though, before I get into anything else, I want to say thank you to my creepy patron peeps for your support of my channel. Thank you guys so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. All right, so directed by Daniel Goldhaber, Cam follows Alice, a cam girl who is slowly gaining fame for her shocking live streams. Wakes up one day to find a doppelganger has hijacked her channel. All right, so I'm definitely gonna butcher her name here, and I'm very sorry about that. I tried to look for an interview, like on a video interview or something like that, where somebody or she says her name, but the screenwriter for the movie, Isa Mazay. Anyways, the screenwriter for this movie is a former cam girl herself, and apparently started off wanting to make a documentary about cam girls in the industry, but feared, based on, you know, like her personal experiences and kind of like the reaction of people when she's tried to explain the industry before, she was afraid that people wouldn't understand the message in documentary form, so she decided to make a horror movie instead. She also put a lot of her real life experiences into the film, such as having her videos stolen and posted to another site without her permission and being dismissed by the police because of her profession. Before we get into what I liked about the movie, even though it does say it in the title, just want to give another warning that there will be spoilers in this review. Sorry, I'm not very good at doing spoiler-free reviews, to be honest. I like to talk about the whole movie, so I do apologize about that, but you've been warned. I loved the concept for this movie. Not only does it reflect the real-life experiences of cam girls, because that's really what it was based around, but it ends up being entirely relatable to anybody with a social media account. like I feel like anybody could easily imagine how horrifying it would be to just like wake up one day and have like all your online accounts, your social media, your YouTube channel, whatever, stolen, and having somebody posting on your behalf. And then furthermore, to have like, you know, like your followers, your audience or whatever, not realizing that it's not you. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know, it's like some nightmare scenario. It might sound dumb to people who don't really like participate heavily in social media, but to somebody like me, you know, having a YouTube channel and, you know, being all over social media, the idea is horrifying. I also really liked the allusions to Alice in Wonderland in the movie. For one, our character's name is Alice. And at a certain point in the movie, like when she realized her channel has kind of like been hijacked and she's trying to figure it out, she logs on to the site with different usernames, you know, so she can try and, you know, figure out what's going on. And her other account names are Mad Hatter and Mr. Teapot. I don't know if that was intentionally done or what, but I thought the whole like idea of Wonderland like fit this this world that Mazay, our screenwriter, I'm so sorry, and Goldhaber, I don't even know if I'm saying that name right either, so it fits the world that the filmmakers create, you know, especially with like the cam girl house, I think, I think it's called the cam girl house or something in the movie, and Alice's filming room that she does her live streams in. Like everything else, you know, the lighting, the colors, everything looks normal in real life, but then like the cam girl house and Alice's room, like all these colored lights and everything's very just like ostentatious is the word I'm looking for, but it's like it's just, there's a clear difference, you know, in these two worlds. So it's like, you know, this whole like online world that Alice participates in and being a cam girl and all that is, you know, visually set up to be different from real life. So it looks very otherworldly and just like this whole world that we don't know about. And it's almost like we fall down the rabbit hole in this movie a little bit, like being sucked into this world. And, you know, it's, I don't know, it works really well. I like it. I also like the idea of doppelgangers in this movie. But I know in folklore, myths, legends, urban legends, whatever, seeing your doppelganger is usually a sign of bad luck, or I've even heard like of approaching death if you continually see your doppelganger around, apparently that means you're gonna die or something like that, or some people believe that, which it fits really well with the movie because that's basically what Alice finds out. So the #1 cam girl on the site, Baby, Alice starts to investigate her a little bit because her doppelganger is planning a collab with Baby. And then, you know, through her digging, she finds out that Baby actually died a couple years, or was it years ago in the movie? I don't remember, but either way, the real girl is dead. And yet there is still somebody that looks exactly like Baby posting on the site constantly. It reminded me, there's a novel by Dostoevsky called The Double, and the whole idea of the like it has to do with doppelgangers also in that book. The whole idea of the doppelganger is basically it's the complete opposite from the main character in the book. The main character is very much a pushover, very introverted, shy, soft-spoken. Their doppelganger is extroverted, confident, aggressive. The idea here is the doppelganger is making up for the shortcomings of the main character, and I think that is very much a theme in Cam as well, because start off, you know, we know that Alice is trying very hard to improve her rank on the site or whatever. There's like a whole thing with like rankings and things like that, but you could relate a lot to like growing your subscriber count on YouTube. So she's very ambitious and she works really hard at creating like not only an entertaining show for her viewers, but something that's different that other people don't do, hence like the whole like suicide thing she does at the beginning of the movie. Even then, you know, it's like she's very slowly climbing the ladder of the rankings, but then when she gets taken over by this doppelganger, the doppelganger kind of is going farther than Alice herself would go. Like Alice has these rules set up for her channel, like she doesn't tell her, you know, viewers that she loves them, all these things. And so when the doppelganger takes over, the doppelganger breaks these rules and does all these things that Alice wouldn't normally do, and she's climbing the ranks. The doppelganger is climbing the ranks quickly, which it reminded me of The Double, where it's like Alice's doppelganger is kind of making up for the shortcomings of Alice herself, which is an interesting theme. I liked it. I liked that in the movie. Only thing I didn't really like about the movie though is the ending. I feel like the movie was just going at this great pace. It was like running strong, and then it just falls flat on its face and breaks its nose at the end. It wasn't necessarily the whole like, because the ending is kind of in its own way like uplifting and inspirational, where like despite everything that happens, she creates like a new account, a new identity, and starts again. That wasn't bad, it just kind of felt like a letdown given the rest of the movie. The real thing I had a problem with was there was no explanation given as to like what the was going on with the whole like doppelganger situation. I just wanted like a nugget of a clue of what was happening. I wanted to know like if it was like a person doing this, a group of people doing this, or maybe it was more like Black Mirror where it was kind of like supernatural, techie-ish sort of thing going on. And the lack of info wouldn't have been so bad if it wasn't the point of the whole movie of Alice trying to figure out what the is happening. So, was Cam worth it though, ultimately? Yes. Despite my feelings on the ending, it's a unique kind of just like dark horse in the running for this year, for 2018 horror. It does a lot right. Like I said, it's super unique and it's on Netflix, so you basically have no excuse not to watch it. Like just pop on over to your Netflix, start the movie and enjoy. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. It was really the ending that brought it down. It could have been much better, but it's just 4 out of 5, still good. On IMDb, it has a 6 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 94% critic score and a 59% audience score. And on Letterboxd, it has a 3.2 out of 5. So if you've seen Cam already, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. Of course, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a Creepy Peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday, and you can ring that notification bell down there to be notified every time I post a video, even though it doesn't always work. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye!